Alrighty, welcome back to another Toy Soldier Reviews action figure video. Today we have the Punisher Bushwhacker Punisher War Journal 2-pack from Marvel Legends, so we'll get on into it. So to start off with the packaging, you can't see this window here that has a bit of a glare, but you can't see the two figures right there. Punisher War Journal and both names typed there. It looks like it was done with a typewriter. Marvel Legends series at the top, same War Journal on that side. Punisher logo down at the bottom, Marvel Legends series on that side. On this side, you get the same Punisher logo, but you get art from the comic, which on the back it shows what comics it's from. Then here's the bio, Punisher War Journal, and it says drawing inspirations from Punisher War Journal number 12 and number 13, which I'd assume is these. And it shows John Guiodu, I think, is that the art or the illustration is what was he drew this. So we'll open this thing on up and take a look at the accessories. For the cardboard back here, on the box, you can see some red art, which I would assume is from the comic books. And you can see the Punisher's chest here, some art, some from the comic books. I'd really like to read these books, but we'll get into the accessory tray. Alrighty, for accessories, just to start off, there is this exploded grenade here, which you can see the shrapnel painted green nicely and some sort of grays coming out on each side, and then the sort of lighter texture to it. And then this is a really nice explosion effect. I actually do like it. And then there's the lighter sort of parts to the explosion. So yeah, that's pretty nice. And then of course you have the full grenade here. It has this nice green and then the gray pin. I thought I saw someone have well, I guess you can just put this like this. So there's no peg hole or peg attached to the actual grenade, but I thought I saw some people have it in his belt. I bet you can find some way how to do that. And then for Bushwhacker here, he comes with in the packaging, he comes with already a trigger finger hand here that has this nice glove to it, and it has a nice up and down hinge. And the detail on the glove is actually nice. Then of course he has his arm cannon here that has some sort of holes in it, which is absolutely freaky. The vein work through it does kind of gross me out a little bit. And then for his swappable hands, here, if you'll stand back up, he comes with a long sort of pistol finger gun that could actually shoot. I mean, we don't have any effects for it. And then he has a swappable other normal hand that's in a trigger finger for his arm cannon. But if you want to have it accurate to the comic or to the art that they had, this cannon was on the right arm here. But you can't, if you wanted to have them both, you can't do that because this is already left and this is right. I mean, it might have been a mishap on Hasbro. And also, I'd like to see on the back of the box, there was him charging at Punisher here with a rifle arm. His skin was formed in a rifle. So a couple more of those accessories would have been nice, but it's okay either way. Then we have, of course, I'll get into the weapons first. There is this sort of tiny submachine gun here that has this nice sort of sculpt to it. And then the barrels, I mean, the barrels don't come out. It's not like G.I. Joe, but this one actually does look pretty good. Then you come with another sort of machine gun, I believe. This one also does look really nice. And then he comes with a pistol here that has a painted on sort of maroon handle there. And the sculpts on these weapons are good. I mean, both of these this one has a hole the attachments to Bushwhacker, but we have no effects for them. And then this cannon, I think, is the exact same as Deadpool's, except it's got more paint to it, sort of combat related paint. You see you have the tan sort of back there, and then sort of dirt and mud added to the clip or the magazine there. So yeah, this sculpt we have seen before, I believe, but it still looks pretty good. Then for Punisher, in the packaging, he comes with a left-handed or right-handed trigger finger, and then a left-handed open hand, which I believe which is for the grenade, but it doesn't really matter. And of course he comes with this head sculpt with the white bandana with a stern face, which looks absolutely amazing. The stubble for the beard and just the hair looks really nice. Then for the right or the left hand, he comes with another trigger finger hand, and then for the right here, or a trigger finger and a fisted hand. Then so he has two sets of fisted hands, two sets of trigger fingers, and then for the left he has a sort of pointing two-finger point finger, and then of course the open grip. Then he has a second head sculpt here where Punisher is screaming. The inside of the mouth looks really good. The beards here is still really nice, the stubble. For some reason this is reminding me of Metro Man from Megamind, I don't know why. But the hair here is a little bit the same, but it's more like riled up. And then you see like the side part sort of, and then there's no bandana attached to this. So yeah, pretty good accessories for these figures, other than Bushwhacker, but still, they're pretty good. So to start off, we're gonna go with Bushwhacker, and his arm fell off, but we'll put that back on. There's the inside of the peg if you just wanted to see that. But the muscular work on the arms is pretty good. I think we have seen these bodies many times before. I don't know who though. Actually, I think this torso might be new, but these legs look like they're from one of the MCU Wolverines, or like the Fox Wolverines. With the blue to the jeans does look really nice, then down to the boots does look good. The belt has a silver painted buckle, then on the back there's not a whole lot. The blue shirt, sort of like collared up, does look really good. There's some silver painted there by the zipper. Then of course the good part, like the best part about this figure, I'd say, is this head sculpt. This sort of like burnt Darth Vader or like Freddy Krueger face does look really nice. The rat tail comes along the side. The hair does look pretty good too. This reminds me like of Eddie Brock, except the only difference is the rat tail and the scarred face. And then it does lead down on the neck here. Like the detail on this face is actually really, really good. Then you see the shirt here, and then even like the collar of the shirt has like sort of sculpted in parts, which is actually really nice. So this Bushwhacker figure is really, really good. For articulation on Bushwhacker, he can look about that far up, about that far down. Bit of rocker. Head cannot rotate all around because of this rat tail, or it probably could, but I just don't want to risk it. For the arm here, go about that far up. No butterfly joint. Rotates all the way around. Bicep swivel. Pinless double elbow can get you about right there. Then wrist rotation, up and down hinge, because it is a trigger finger. This does swivel, but it can't up and down hinge. I mean, it does just a tiny bit, but not a whole lot. Then for the chest, he can go about that far back. That much ab crunch. Waist swivel, which is perfectly hidden by the belt, can rotate all the way around. Leg kicks out that far forward, and not far back. Thigh swivel. Double knee for the pin, or it does have pins for the knee though. Goes that far back. Then for the ankle pivot, that far down, that far forward, and a bit of rocker. For Punisher here, the detail, like I said, on the head sculpt is really nice. That bandana. Then the straps here are sculpted on with some right sculpted on detail going around to here. Around the chest, that has this nice like shotgun shell sort of cartridge here that has red painted on the bottom and gold paint on the top. The skull here is pretty nice, except I'm not a big fan of how it leads into like this armor sort of padding here into the teeth of the skull, but it still looks pretty good. There's a little bit of paint missing, like a little bit of black specks, but either that, just the emblem on the chest looks really, really good. And then there's some scratches to this, and then to the belt, you see like all these pouches that look pretty good. You got a holster here, perfect for the storage of the pistol that came in this pack that you can just go ahead and slide on in there. Oops. There you go. And then it's a little stuck, but still, it looks pretty good. And you can, if you can take it out, oh my, there we go. Yeah. And then down here, not a whole lot other than the straps on the figure. Like the only thing I think people, like the War Journal appearance is good. The only figure difference that people want to see, this body's perfect, is just the white gloves and the white boots. So yeah, I don't know if I want to keep this one or try and paint the white boots and white gloves, but we'll probably get that in the future. And maybe I'll probably keep this one and get a new one to do the Thunderbolts, where he has the red logo, red bandana, and like I think he had red gloves and red boots, but I'm not sure. So we'll get into the articulation of this body. So for Punisher's articulation, he can look pretty far up and pretty far down. Then for the head, there's not really much a tilt, but it can swivel all the way around. For your arms, it can go about that far up, which is pretty far. There is butterfly, which gets that far back. Not too far forward, stops by the straps here, but still really, really good. Bicep swivel, double elbow on pinless body, gets you all the way up. Then there is glove rotation, or there's sub-cut there, but it doesn't seem to move, and I'm not going to risk it either. Up and down hinge on the trigger finger, but rotates all the way around. and of course side to side hinge on these hands. For your back, he can go that far back, that far forward, and can hula hoop on that chest. And I think it's a double diaphragm, yeah, so he can get even farther back and not too far forward because of these pouches here. No waist swivel, but the legs can kick out, that far forward, and about that far back. Double knee gets you that far. Boot rotation, ankle pivots down, up, and a bit of rocker. So really good articulation on this figure. For comparisons, here is the two figures in this 2-pack standing right next to each other, and Bushwhacker does seem to be a little taller than Punisher. And for some other street hero comparisons, here he is next to Danny Ketch, Ghost Rider, and the Cardback Anniversary Moon Knight. I do want a Daredevil just to pose him with, of course, Punisher, because those two always look good next to each other. For some Avengers comparisons, here he's next to the main Avengers so far that I use on my shelf because I don't have comic accurate ones. Well, I guess they are both comic accurate, but like your Avengers looks. Next to the modular Iron Man from the Ursa Major Build-A-Figure on the left, with the Stealth Iron Man head sculpt of Tony Stark, and then the Secret Empire Captain America on the right. And Punisher is shorter than about both of them. Then for some villain comparisons, why not the man himself, Kingpin? Alrighty, overall, I'm gonna rate this pack absolutely a 10 out of 10. Like, the articulation on Punisher alone makes this figure probably top up there for the year. The Bushwhacker, like I said, the accessories with his like power set could be a lot better. And then, of course, the only thing that could make this Punisher better is, of course, the white boots, white gloves, but they were going for the War Journal look, and just for me, it's that pouch sort of in the chest. It's just that sort of bothers me because of the articulation for the ab crunch, and because I'm just not a big fan of it. It does look cool, don't get me wrong, but yeah. So yeah, overall, 10 out of 10 pack. Thank you guys so much for watching another Toy Soldier Reviews action figure video. Hopefully I get this. Please like, subscribe, and share. If you want to watch some other videos I have on my channel, go ahead and do so. And of course, Merry Christmas, guys. I forgot. It is December. As this recording is December 23rd. Christmas is in 2 days. So, thank you guys so much for watching. Have a good Christmas. Or if you don't, happy holidays. And yeah, Toy Soldier Reviews, out.